Calgarians shaken by the end of the search for Parker.
I just feel horrible. Like, I feel like I could have searched the areas better.
How people are responding to the tragedy. Plus, calls for a new kind of alert.
I think you'll find everyone from every background can relate to this, especially if they have kids of their own.
To protect vulnerable children and adults. And the clock ticks down toward a strike at WestJet.
All that stuff is just out of my control.
Passengers wonder if they'll be able to return home.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news. With Tara Nelson. Reporting tonight, Ian White.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. The parents of Parker Wells are sending an emotional thank you to Calgarians who helped search for their son. Their message was recorded before the 11-year-old's body was found yesterday, but they still ask that it be released publicly tonight through the Calgary Police Service. Here's a portion of their heartfelt message.
I'm Parker's mommy.
Hi, I'm Parker's daddy.
I honestly don't think we have a word in English to properly express just how overwhelmingly grateful and appreciative we are of everybody coming out and coming together like this. It means the world to us and more. Everyone relates to having a missing child, but for a child from the special needs community it really hits hard.
We'll hear more from the message from Parker's parents later on CTV News at 6. The nonverbal autistic boy disappeared on July 16th. And after a massive 2-week search, police found his body yesterday. Now, tributes to Parker are growing. Tim Brook reports.
In Lake Hawk Park, not far from where 11-year-old Parker Wells was last seen, a public memorial is growing.
His family's probably going through a lot, and there deserves to be a lot of memories left behind.
It's not just here either. Up the hill, more flowers and teddy bears, and more notes, a testament to the impact Parker had on complete strangers. Many gave countless hours of their summer to an exhaustive, desperate search.
I just feel horrible. Like, I feel like I could have searched the areas better, but...
I poked my head in there, but I couldn't see anything, and I wasn't really equipped to go look in there.
After leaving his day home July 16th, police say Parker took this route through northwest Calgary and was last spotted here. It's believed he entered a culvert on the west side of Deerfoot Trail. Police say his remains were found on the east side of Deerfoot after he made his way through a maze of tunnels.
We reckon with this devastating news, and we stand with Parker's family as they begin what it has to be an unimaginable journey through grief. And I want to use this opportunity just to ask Calgarians to keep them in their thoughts and prayers.
The search and its ending touched so many. Experts urge Calgarians to talk it through with their neighbors who are likely feeling the same way. And parents shouldn't be afraid to explain to their children in simple terms what happened.
Validate their feelings, especially about their own safety. Again, that the uniqueness of the situation was extraordinary. And I think we want to do this in such a way that we don't contribute to the fears that kids may have about their own safety.
The Calgary Police Victim Assistance Support Team was set up Thursday to offer even more help.
Speak to our staff, our volunteers, and of course visit with our trauma dogs, just to get a sense of comfort and hopefully some resources and support as we move through this tragedy.
It's not what anyone was hoping for, but some mourners say a devastating resolution is still better than the unknown.
So there's closure for the family. My heart goes out to them, and I hope that they can go on with life, but at least we know something.
And Tim joins us from Lake Hawk Park. Tim, a lot of mourners have one thing in common.
Yes, Ian, everyone I talked to today was a stranger to the Wells family, but I can tell you all of them felt like they had a personal connection to Parker. And that's really just because a lot of them saw someone they knew in Parker. Many have a family member or a friend with autism. Some currently work with Calgarians who have special needs. So it's a citywide loss. And really, if you need more proof, the Calgary Tower will be lit up blue tonight to honor Parker. there are plans for a larger public memorial, which will likely happen here at Lake Hawk Park. We'll have details on that, Ian, once it's all organized.
Tim, thank you. Political leaders are paying tribute to Parker and expressing support for his family. Prime Minister Mark Carney sending his thoughts to the family and to those who helped search for the missing boy. Premier Danielle Smith said, quote, "There is no greater heartbreak than the loss of a child, and I hope they are able to find moments of peace and strength during this unimaginable time." And Alberta NDP leader Naheed Nenshi also passing along his thoughts, saying, "I know that we will all surround Parker's family and loved ones with our love and support." Parker's disappearance sparked calls for a new alert system parallel to Amber Alerts for vulnerable children who go missing. The discovery of Parker's body has added more weight to that push. And as Kevin Green reports, the woman who started the petition for Indigo Alerts is now getting support from provincial and federal politicians.
The tragic death of Parker Wells has amplified calls for a new alert system for vulnerable people who go missing.
Change needs to happen. And I hate that we had to lose Parker for it to be so crucially important.
For Jen Ball, Parker's story is personal. She's the mother of a nonverbal autistic boy and has been campaigning since Parker disappeared for an Indigo alert system for children like Parker.
Today we grieve, and today is incredibly heartbreaking and painful. Tomorrow we get back to work because Parker deserves change so that this never happens to anyone else.
Parker's case did not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert because police had no evidence Parker had been abducted. One was issued, but 2 days after he vanished on the request of Calgary police. There is already a subscription-based system maintained by the Missing Children Society of Canada.
You can use it on your desktop, you can use it on your phone. There's really quick, clear instructions with it, and you just register for alerts.
Ball says it shouldn't be a subscription, it should be a push alert. Federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, whose daughter Valentina is also autistic and nonverbal, is as well calling for stronger protections for autistic children.
Change whatever rules necessary to make sure that somebody goes missing, that there's an alert that goes out, people know that perhaps the child missing has special needs and that they can be on the lookout to help and protect that child if they find them.
Poilievre says police need a way to warn the public quickly when a vulnerable child disappears, even when there's no evidence of a crime.
I encourage everyone to get behind this change, and I'm sure that we can do a lot of good.
Ball's petition has now gathered more than 20,000 signatures, and she says her campaign will continue in Parker's memory.
My heart is with you. We are there for you if you need anything. And truly, we will fight for change in Parker's name.
And Kevin joins us live. Kevin, the legislation that would have to change to introduce a new alert is provincial. What have we heard from that level of government?
This past weekend, before the discovery of Parker's body, Premier Danielle Smith addressed this issue on her radio program. Even then, she seemed open to making the changes, saying to her audience that in the coming months, the province will be reviewing the alert system in Alberta to make sure that people in this province have the most effective tools to help bring missing children and vulnerable people home. Ian?
Kevin, thanks very much. The search continues for a missing 81-year-old hiker in Waterton Lakes National Park. On July 16th, Bob Toothill set out to hike the Great Divide Trail from Waterton to Coleman. He was supposed to arrive by July 22nd, but never made it. His family reported him missing a day later. Toothill's last known location was Roe Lakes Trail on July 19th. RCMP say they have narrowed down the search area and have used drones, helicopters, and police tracking dogs. Toothill's family describes him as an avid outdoorsman who could easily hike up to 20 kilometers a day. A man was shot by police in the southwest community of Bridlewood after a domestic disturbance call early this morning. The man is now in critical condition, and Alberta's police watchdog is investigating. But his fiancée says the shooting was completely unnecessary. Tyler Barrow explains.
Early Thursday morning, police were called to the 1000 block of Bridle Meadows Manor southwest for reports of a disturbance involving a man with a weapon. The man, Danny Martin, was shot by police and is currently in the ICU at Foothills Hospital in critical condition. His fiancée, Shanda Ray, is trying to remove some of the blood stains from the shooting. She says her and Martin were drinking last night while playing with a bow and arrow in their backyard. A neighbor ended up calling the police.
2 police officers showed up. I told them he wasn't here. They left.
She intentionally misguided them due to the no-contact order. He had to see her. She says shortly after she got a phone call from police to come outside. She went outside while he waited inside. Police tried to de-escalate the situation so they could take him into custody. When Martin did come out of the house, there was a confrontation and Martin was shot. Neighbors say they saw a bow and arrow on the road not far from where Martin was shot. Ray did try and visit Martin at Foothills Hospital, but due to the no-contact order, she had to leave. She is adamant he never should have been shot.
Plastic bullets or anything else, like why divert to shooting somebody with lethal force in the chest and in the arm? It's unacceptable.
The couple had been living in the home for about a month. For other residents in the area, it's something they won't soon forget. Brooklyn Murray's boyfriend woke her up after he heard the 2 gunshots go off.
We came downstairs just to figure out what was going on, came outside, saw that the entire street was blocked off with all of the police and everything.
Others left unsettled.
Very disconcerting to have that kind of violence and uncertainty in our neighborhood.
Tyler joins us live. Tyler, what can you tell us about the investigation?
Ian, since it is an officer-involved shooting, the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team is handling it. At this time, they are not able to comment or provide any comment on the matter. The organization is also dealing with another matter from last month involving a high-speed pursuit, which ended up with the suspect being shot on Deerfoot Trail. Now, as far as this investigation goes, we do know this is not the first time CPS has shown up at the couple's door since they moved into the home approximately a month ago. Ian?
Thanks, Tyler. A deadly stabbing in southwest Calgary late last night has one neighborhood on edge, including a family on vacation who got more than they bargained for. Moses Waldu has more.
It started as a pleasant family vacation in Calgary.
The girls and I are like, oh, it's so cute over here. This is a quiet area. This looks like a nice space to be, until we arrived after what was a beautiful day in the mountains with my children.
But the trip turned into a visit Amanda Giroux would like to forget. This was the scene she and her family came back to after a day trip to Banff just before 11 o'clock Wednesday night. Police were called to the southwest community of Ross Carrick. They responded to a disturbance, and when they arrived, they found a man lying on the street with a stab wound. He was rushed to hospital. He later died of his injuries.
When you have to explain at the end of the day that this is somebody's family, whether it's, I don't know if it's male or female, it's somebody's son, brother, nephew, sibling, auntie, we don't know, so a loss of life is a loss of life at the end of the day.
Rajiv Shah was right across the street from where it happened. He describes what he saw shortly after the man was stabbed.
We just saw crawling on our lawn, but we didn't interfere because the cops were already there. It is scary. We were scared, actually. We didn't sleep till 2 at night.
Shah moved into the neighborhood more than 6 months ago. He says the area is quiet and peaceful, but this changes things.
Random incidents happening is not good for anyone.
For Giroux, the fallout from Wednesday night will stick with her for a long time.
It's too close to home now. It is too close to home, especially with children. Nowhere is safe, it feels.
The city's homicide unit says those involved knew each other and there is no threat to the public. 2 people remain in custody at this time and an autopsy is pending. Moses Waldu, CTV News, Calgary.
Investigators are asking anyone with information about this incident to contact Crime Stoppers or Calgary Police. Many WestJet passengers are anxiously watching the dispute between the airline and the union representing its flight attendants. At midnight on Sunday, workers are scheduled to go on strike or get locked out. As Alicia Fieldberg reports, the impacts could begin as early as tomorrow.
A labor dispute could ground WestJet this weekend, but these passengers are taking it in stride.
Obviously, I'm a bit worried about it. I know there's going to be some contingency plans I can get, so I'm not going to let it ruin my fun trip.
Our dates are like right in the middle of the potential strike. We're going on vacation anyways, a few extra days doesn't hurt.
Getting stranded in LA isn't that bad. The union representing its 4,400 flight attendants and the airline gave 72 hours notice ahead of a potential strike or lockout. Both sides hope they can sign a new contract before that. WestJet wants an agreement that provides value and meaningful improvements for its cabin crew and is sustainable for its company. The union says it has been clear about what needs to change, and there's still time to avoid a strike. The union's main concerns are wages, working conditions, and unpaid work.
Well, absolutely, they should be getting paid for the time that they're on the ground and compensated fairly for that.
Last summer, Air Canada flight attendants walked off the job for 3 days under similar circumstances, but that may be avoided this time.
Not uncommon at all to see these kinds of situations resolved with an agreement at the 11th hour. We're scheduled to fly tomorrow morning, so we'll just see how that plays out.
WestJet has been allowing a free change or cancellation in the form of a travel credit, but passengers impacted by cancellations can get money or an alternative flight instead.
If they cancel the flight for any reason, then you have the option, if you really want to just take a refund and not travel. However, I strongly recommend not accepting a refund and not letting WestJet push a refund on you if you want to travel.
Alicia joins us from the airport. So, Alicia, when could flight cancellations begin?
Well, Ian, WestJet could start grounding some flights tomorrow as part of that wind down plan ahead of a potential strike or lockout on Sunday. Now, no word on how many passengers or flights that could affect starting tomorrow, but if this does actually enter work stoppage, it could impact up to 75,000 passengers a day. Ian?
Alicia, thanks very much. Danielle joins us now with a first look at the weather. The long weekend is almost here. How's it looking at this point?
Oh, we're so close. I would say it's a bit of half and half, Ian. If you like the heat, there's a hot day for you on long weekend. If you like somewhat cooler temperatures, well, that's there too. Also, the risk of thunderstorms. I'll give you your whole long weekend forecast in just a little bit. It's stable in southern Alberta right now. There is activity, as we talked about, on the Saskatchewan side. Small chance for the Medicine Hat area that we could see that. But in Calgary, it's 25 degrees. It's stable. It's sunny. It is a little hazy because that air quality health index is at moderate. Tomorrow, even hotter than today, looking at a high of 31. Ian?
Thanks, Danielle. BC Town is the latest Canadian community worried about a wildfire racing in. Still ahead, the fire that was discovered only yesterday that's already on the town's doorstep. And a man charged with murder after a shooting at a home in High River. RCMP have charged a High River man with the murder of a woman at a home on the northeastern edge of the community. Today, investigators were not at the home and all appears quiet. Yesterday, several officers were there gathering evidence. RCMP say they were called to a disturbance at the home along 112th Street on Tuesday evening. A man made accusations about a woman, but police determined the allegations were unfounded. Later that evening, the man called police again, and when officers arrived, they found 36-year-old Kayla Bleeker with gunshot wounds. She died later in hospital. RCMP have charged 36-year-old Jarrett Staub with second-degree murder. He's in custody and is due in court tomorrow. An out-of-control wildfire in south-central BC that prompted evacuation alerts has some residents taking preemptive measures to ensure they're ready if the fire moves into the community. The BC Wildfire Service says the Gishong Creek fire near Logan Lake, which is southwest of Kamloops, was discovered yesterday and now covers 88 hectares. It's just over 2 kilometers from Logan Lake. The owners of the Logan Lake Ranch put out a call for assistance to help evacuate their horses and sheep.
A lot of people jumped in. Like there was quite a few people locally, you know, that all got down there and we got the animals out. The fire is right behind the ranch.
More than 3 dozen firefighters are assigned to the fire, along with helicopters and water skimmers. Fire bans are now in effect for Banff, Yoho, and Kootenay National Parks until further notice. The ban covers campfires, barbecues, outdoor wood stoves or fryers, tiki torches, and candles. You can still use propane fire pits, stoves, barbecues, heaters, and lanterns. Anyone with a fire permit will automatically be refunded. Calgary has issued an advisory, but not yet a ban. For more information, check out albertafirebans.ca. And in Ontario, officials say the wildfire situation is starting to improve. Ontario has 159 active fires, with 30 considered out of control. Officials say 80 fires have been extinguished over the past 2 weeks. Ontario's Natural Resources Minister says while things are calming down, there's still a long way to go as crews work to protect people and property.
While this is still a very active situation, we are seeing things move in a more reassuring direction. Over the past week, additional resources have also arrived in Ontario. Personnel and aircraft from Alberta, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, and the Yukon, as well as the federal government, have been here for the last several weeks doing amazing work. And earlier this week, crews from Prince Edward Island, as well as over 100 firefighters from Mexico, arrived in the Northwest.
About 2,000 people from several communities remain away from their homes.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle, lots of news about fires all across Canada, and here in Alberta it's dry, it's hot, and it could be kind of uncomfortable by Saturday.
Yeah, so our fire risk in southern Alberta is extreme already, and we're going to add 2 more days of hot, dry weather to this, which of course increases that risk. We have the hot weather for 2 more days, and then we have a completely different weather pattern for the second half, basically, of our long weekend. So we have lots to talk about here. All right, 29 degrees is the temperature in Lethbridge. It's 32 in Medicine Hat, and Calgary is at 25 at the moment. It's a little humid in some spots. For example, Lethbridge with that humidity feels closer to 33, pretty much close to the temperature in Medicine Hat, and Calgary at this point feels like 27. So it's a hot one today. It's going to get a little hotter each day right up until the end of Saturday, and then we plummet in temperature for most communities. Okay, we have 2 separate heat warnings. The criteria is a little different. It has to be a little hotter here before the heat warning is issued, and this has been in place pretty much all week. So Jenner down through Medicine Hat into Foremost and Manyberries. By Saturday, many communities in these areas will get close to that 40-degree mark. All right, so for Claresholm up to Nanton, and yes, Calgary is included in this today because the next 2 days we're looking at daytime highs between 31 and 33 and overnight lows in those mid-teens. So it's a hot couple of days. Also, let's slap on this severe thunderstorm watch in place for communities closer to the Saskatchewan border. We talked about this yesterday. There's a small risk because most of that activity is in Saskatchewan and will be, but it may develop in Alberta, on the Alberta side, before it tracks over. And that's what happened a little earlier today in the far, far southeast corner. But mainly this is a Saskatchewan issue. It's less likely we're going to see this on the Alberta side over these next couple of hours, but because of that small chance, the watch has been issued. Okay, in the lighter orange here, this is the jet stream. The jet stream has been over central Alberta for the last 3 weeks pretty much. It's the storm track. This is going to bump up. We're going to get another push of air from the south. That's hotter air, and that's going to really boost up the temperatures again to the 40s, close to the 40s anyway, for the southeast corner for Calgary to about 33 degrees. But then the jet stream shifts down, and this is going to bring in a cooler air mass with the risk of thunderstorms. I'm going to play this through because this just shows the next couple of days, and you can see in southern Alberta we have nothing to really talk about, but then you can see what starts to creep in on Sunday, that risk of thunderstorms and that cooler air mass. This is your Action Furnace 5-day forecast in the 30s for the next 2 days, air quality health index at moderate, and then look at your high by Sunday, just 23 degrees, Heritage Day Monday, just 20.
Thanks, Danielle. A Calgarian is helping to provide nutritious meals to those who need them. High school teacher Tyler Melnick says he saw a gap in providing nutritious meals downtown, so he created Hug-a-Bowl. He shows up downtown every Thursday in an electric food truck to provide lunch for anyone who wants it. Hug-a-Bowl purchases surplus food from local businesses as well, turning food that might otherwise go to waste into a delicious meal.
Today we're serving up Italiano Please pizza. It's a Roman-based crust that's sourced here in Calgary, and then we put our own toppings on it just to add some, fresh ingredients like spinach, onions, and tomatoes. And then we can also work with Pie Junkie, Little Potato Company. These are local businesses that we've reached out to that have big hearts who want to help share with us the benefits of their work.
If you choose to purchase a meal or make a donation, it will go toward a free meal for someone who needs it. You can find out more details through the story on our website. Country singer Corb Lund is not giving up on his petition against coal mining. Next, why Lund says he's taking a dispute with Elections Alberta to court. And an airline passenger scammed out of $3,000 after airing her complaints about WestJet on social media. Organizers of a petition to ban new coal mining on the eastern slopes of the Rockies have filed for a judicial review challenging Elections Alberta's decision to deem it unsuccessful. Water, Not Coal members and organizer Corb Lund have concerns over how signatures were verified.
We've had a really close look at it and feel like it was procedurally unfair and unreasonable. And basically what they did, I don't think Elections Alberta is in on it with the UCP or anything, but and I don't think they're incompetent as a group, but in this case, I think they were unfair.
About 35,000 of the over 200,000 signatures collected were rejected. That put the petition below the 178,000 threshold. Elections Alberta performed an authenticity check on random names. Lund claims that each name that was rejected took about 500 signatures off their total. He believes Elections Alberta used more strict standards than the law requires. Elections Alberta tells CTV News it has a clear and rigorous process. Here's a timely cautionary tale now that WestJet is facing a possible labor disruption. An unsatisfied WestJet passenger lost thousands of dollars after posting a negative review online and falling victim to a scam that uses social media to find victims. Pat Foran reports.
I was not happy. I was really upset.
Tracy Healy of Toronto was visiting British Columbia in March and had a great trip. But when she was to fly home in April, she missed her first flight. She did make it to Vancouver Airport for her connecting flight, but was not allowed to board.
So I'm sitting at the airport and I'm panicking because I need to get back home to Toronto and I have work the next day.
Healy decided to vent her frustration by contacting WestJet through social media.
I log on to Facebook and then I found the WestJet customer service Facebook group.
She says almost immediately she got messages from people claiming to be WestJet employees who wanted to help.
We want to make this right for you. We're going to give you a refund and we're going to pay for your flight home.
Healy says she was asked for her credit card and banking information so they could give her a $3,000 refund. But instead, the money was taken out of her account.
I got scammed $3,000 from somebody claiming to be a WestJet customer service rep in Kenya.
When CTV News reached out to WestJet, a spokesperson said, WestJet will never request payment or sensitive personal information through unofficial channels such as unsolicited WhatsApp messages, calls, or non-verified social media accounts.
Criminals will monitor the comment section of so many recognizable brands.
Cybersecurity experts say you should avoid posting comments online and not interact with companies through social media platforms. Only deal with them through regular channels.
Reach out to us through our published phone number and we will help you. Nothing else should be trusted.
Healy says she should have noticed some red flags, but says she was frazzled and frustrated being stuck in an airport.
I can't believe I fell for this. He caught me at a moment when I was primed for the picking.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
A boy's wish came true today. Next, Ghostbusters makes a comeback for a Make-A-Wish kid in Calgary. Ghostbusters came to Calgary today to protect the city from spectral threats and to make a special wish come true. The charity granted 7-year-old Brent's wish for a Ghostbusters adventure at the Calgary Stampede Grandstand today. He joined forces with the mayor, police officers, EMS, and the Alberta Ghostbusters for the day. Naturally, the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man made an appearance, but they handled it like real pros. The adventure was filmed in order to make a little movie for Brent. The organization says wishes like these are worth all the efforts.
They are very important to bring everybody together, and we are very grateful to our Calgary community who showed up for this wish and show Brent that everybody is with him.
The magic for the day was helped along by digital media integrations. Make-A-Wish provides wishes for children diagnosed with critical illnesses to help give them and their families hope and resiliency. And look at that wonderful smile on his face.
Brent is the cutest. It looks like such a great day for him.
Yeah, just delightful, absolutely. Well, many people are on summer vacation right now, but very few of them are making as many friends as this guy. Harold is an extrovert, and when he's on vacation, that's obvious. His wife clearly is an introvert, saying, watching your husband make more friends on vacation than you've ever made in your life. Harold has no problem whatsoever meeting new people. This video goes on and on.
That's a dynamic relationship right there. She's probably hiding in a corner. He's made 100 friends.
You never know. Opposites attract. It could be a terrific marriage. You never know.
There you
never
go.
know. Well, if you've ever procrastinated, you can probably relate to this.
I could do this right now, but I'm not mentally prepared, so I'm going to do it later. No, it's later. I could do the thing now, but I prefer to view the monstrosities of the world through this tiny rectangle. Okay, well, I can't do this.
This woman shows just how easy it is to delay something that should be done. Instead of doing it, she doom scrolls on her phone, watches a series she's already seen, goes to bed because it's too late to do anything, and gets up and finds it's too early to do anything. The influencer Morgan Evelyn Cook is in Chicago and has 1.2 million followers on Instagram, many of whom were probably wasting their time watching this.
Yeah, and they know they're not alone.
We've all been there.
So that's good. Yeah.
Absolutely. We've all been there. Firefighters in Kamloops had a unique call this week at a local resident's backyard swimming pool.
Who's going for a swim? I guess I can.
Oh.
Kamloops Fire Rescue shared this video on social media. A mule deer fawn somehow ended up in the pool and could not get out on its own. A firefighter pulled the fawn out once it got to the edge, and it wasted no time running back to its mom.
Can you blame him? It's so hot there.
Safely reunited with mom. That's nice to see. Well, investors are already digesting the latest earnings from Apple. Still to come, how higher earnings don't necessarily lead to a higher stock price.
Okay, here's your Skywatch weather camera, and it's hazy and hot, and it's about to get even hotter. Now, I will say something that's going to make, I guess, everybody happy. If you like the heat, well, don't worry, you still have 2 more days of hot weather before it cools down. If you don't like the heat, don't worry, because in 2 days, we're looking at the daytime highs being at least 10 degrees cooler than what we've had. Okay, 25 is the current temperature, 26 is our high today, 24 is normal. We're just a little above normal. 29 is the temperature in Lethbridge, 32 in Medicine Hat, and 29 in Drumheller. We still have the heat warnings in place, but no longer the severe thunderstorm watch closer to the Saskatchewan border, because really this is just a Saskatchewan issue, and we have less of a chance now as things calm down for the day of seeing anything on our side of the border. Claresholm up through Nanton and Calgary, also a heat warning. So by Saturday, communities here get closer to that 40-degree mark, and communities here get closer to those mid-30s or at least 33 degrees. So it's a hot one on Saturday. Radar and satellite, again, nothing to talk about right now. This is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fix right where it's free. Air quality health index at moderate for the next 24 hours. And tomorrow you're looking at that high of 31 in the city. Looking around around and what's happening. 36 for Kamloops and Kelowna tomorrow, 32 for Golden. Stable for once in Edmonton and 28 degrees. Rocky Mountain House as well, 29 in Olds and Coronation. Again, 31 for Calgary, 32 for High River and Drumheller, 33 for Lethbridge, 34 for Medicine Hat. And again, it will get even hotter on Saturday. Temperatures don't take that dive until Sunday.
Thanks, Danielle. Now back to our top story. Thousands of Calgarians were on the lookout for Parker Wells since he walked away from his day home on July 16th. Police say the search for the 11-year-old was likely the largest of its kind in Calgary's history. It ended with the discovery of his body in a storm sewer yesterday. Here is more of his parents' emotional message they are sharing tonight. It was recorded before his remains were found.
Parker's mommy.
Hi, I'm Parker's daddy.
I honestly don't think we have a word in English to properly express just how overwhelmingly grateful and appreciative we are of everybody coming out and coming together like this. It means the world to us and more, because Parker is our world.
There's a lot of people who have been I've been in a similar situation. I've lost my son or daughter. They've run away, they've escaped, and they know the exact same feeling that we're going through. The sheer terror in your chest.
Everyone relates to having a missing child, but for a child from the special needs community, it really hits hard. I think there's been so many people from that community that have come out for this because they understand things.
Seeing all those people out searching, and every time we walk by, people have got Bluetooth speakers out, and they've got different Disney songs playing. We usually kind of break down crying after they go past, but just how much people care, dedicating their time to somebody else's kid, a complete stranger in most cases. Absolutely incredible.
This has been a tough week, not just us, everyone who's been helping and contributing in every way they can. This is tough. So please, if you or anyone you know is struggling with this situation, please go seek out the help you need so you can get support. It's so important.
Not just for yourself, but for everybody around you. The other message is, hug your loved ones, hug your family, hug your kids, kids, hug your parents, hold them tight, because you don't know when you'll get another chance. We'd love to be able to give Parker another hug right now.
There is a longer 10-minute version of Parker's parents' message as well. We have a link to it at ctvnewscalgary.ca. Apple earnings are on the rise, partly on an increase in iPhone sales. B&M Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has the story.
Apple reported earnings after the end of the trading day. The iPhone company reported revenue of just under $110 billion U.S. for its latest quarter. That is 16% better year over year. Mac sales were up 29%, iPhones up 22%, but sales in China are slowing and missed the estimate, which could be why investors sent the stock down in after-hours trading. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar's up to 71.41 U.S. West Texas Intermediate's down to 83.67 U.S. a barrel. Western Canadian Select up over $5 today to 67.17. And the TSX gained 172 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
She wowed the world when Canada hosted its first Olympic Games. Now Nadia Comaneci is back in Montreal, still wowing fans over her legacy. Canada is in third place in the medal standings at the Commonwealth Games behind Australia and England. Canada is doing very well in weightlifting in Glasgow. Among Canada's medal winners, Etta Love earning bronze in the women's plus 86 kilogram event. The 18-year-old from Saskatoon is the youth world record holder for her weight class in the clean and jerk.
It's a huge honor to be able to compete here, so I've been taking that seriously in training, and I'm excited for where this leads me, but I'm also just really excited to have gotten this experience.
Love says competing at the Olympics has been her goal since she was 10, and she's aiming for the 2028 Games in Los Angeles. Gymnast Nadia Comaneci is back in Montreal to mark the 50th anniversary of the Montreal Olympics. She wowed crowds in 1976 after scoring the first perfect tens in Olympic history. Geneviève Beauchemin reports.
With her trademark stance seen around the world half a century ago, Nadia Comaneci, nicknamed the Queen of the Montreal Games, returned to mark the 76th Olympics anniversary.
I am here because a 14-year-old decided to do something, 50 years ago. And I'm impressed as an adult right now about the courage that the 14-year-old had.
The young gymnast from Romania landed the first perfect 10 in Olympic history on July 18, 1976.
If you listen to the arena, people, you can hear, so I call it the Nadia touch.
The 10 was so unexpected, the scoreboard showed a 1.0. Her husband of more than 30 years now, fellow Olympic champion Bart Connor, who was also competing in Montreal, was sitting in the stands when she performed.
It changed the trajectory of the Olympic movement.
The Games were playing out with the backdrop of boycotts over apartheid, of the Cold War, of massive cost overruns for the host city. Many Montrealers still call the Olympic Stadium the Big O, as in O-W-E.
I think the whole Olympic movement was in trouble. And all of a sudden, some, 14-year-old girl comes from Romania and scores a perfect score, which had never been accomplished. And it kind of reinvigorated the value of the Olympics again.
Comaneci scored 7 perfect tens in Montreal, picked up 5 medals and 4 more at the Moscow Olympics in 1980. She defected to the U.S. in 1989, escaping the brutal regime of Nicolae Ceausescu. This June, Comaneci was back in Romania to mark the 50th anniversary of the 76 Olympics, where she's revered by generations. But she's also welcomed as a local hero in Montreal, where her feats sparked a baby boom of women named Nadia in her honor. Now, her visit will be quite busy. She'll be receiving an honorary doctorate. There's a plaque unveiling and that parade of the women named Nadia. All that within 3 days. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
Still an absolute legend.
Yeah, real cool.
Great to see her once again. Okay, we've got a hot one coming up, especially on Saturday.
Saturday will be the peak, and then it's down from there. So if you like the cooler temperatures, well, then Sunday, it's 10 degrees colder than Saturday. 31 for tomorrow, 33 for Saturday. Air quality health index around that moderate level. When we get these cooler temperatures, though, we got basically the clash of the air masses. So they'll be fighting for space, the cold air, the warm air. And that's going to likely lead to some thunderstorm activity for Sunday and Heritage Day Monday. All right, weather window brought to you by Luxa Windows and Doors. How cute is this? Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And Ron Jeffrey sent this one. He took this at the zoo, and he called this one the Hot Pursuit. So you can tell they're looking for the water there. And they will continually be looking for the water for the next couple of days.
That's a busy mom, indeed. All right, thanks very much. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.